Welcome back to Mike the Birdman of Minnesota. In this segment of Cliff's Corner, Cliff will be sharing his expert tips on how to choose a good tent. One that's going to get you through even some of the worst storms. So let's take a look at what some of the tips Cliff has to share with us today.
The tent. A properly outfitted tent, and notice I didn't say a good tent because some good tents are not properly outfitted. A properly outfitted tent is your key to surviving a major storm. The question is, how do you tell a good tent from a bad tent? This is a model of one of America's most popular tents, the Eureka Timberline. We're going to use this as sort of a model for stormproofing. What works here will work with any tent. Let's look at this side first. We have the tent set up, properly staked according to the manufacturer's directions. Now we're going to pretend our hands are water. We'll follow the sideline of the the sideline of the tent all the way down until we touch the ground. If your hand falls on any seams or zippers when it drops off the fly, don't buy the tent. Don't worry about any seams on the fly. Any water that gets through them will slide harmlessly down the inside face of the fly. It won't fall on you. Now, for a lot of tents, you're done right there because many tents have exposed seams along the sidewall. So we should just take a moment and define the difference between a tent with perimeter seams and one with a bathtub floor. Tents with exotic floor plans, for example domes, have octagon or hexagon or pentagon shaped floors, and they necessarily have to be sewn to the sidewall of the tent at ground level. Those ground level seams that run along the perimeter of the tent will take on water in a heavy rain. Now, some of these tents come from the manufacturer with the seams factory sealed. At least that's what they say. The seams have been factory sealed with a special tape that supposedly is waterproof. It is. The problem is the tape machine can't get every single spot. And many times you will get with these tents a little tube of, well, it's glue basically, it's a special seam sealant, with the admonition that, although every effort is made to seal all the seams, there were some places that the machine couldn't reach, and that's why you have this little tube of glue. Now, a major point in stormproofing is, if you're depending upon glue to keep water out of your tent, you got a problem. You need to depend upon good design. Now, this particular tent does not have any perimeter seams at ground level. If it did, we could have a little problem right over here. As water comes off the fly, it would maybe hit a seam right here at the ground. This tent has what is called a bathtub floor. In other words, the sidewall of the floor ramps up and is sewn to the tent up in here. The stitching is hidden by the fly. Very good design. The problem is you can't use a bathtub floor on certain types of tent designs. Given that, those tents should have flies that cover all of them.
Thank you for watching Cliff's Corner. If you would like to see more content by Cliff, please subscribe to my channel. If you would like to purchase the Forgotten Skills video, go to Cliff's website, cliffcanoe.com. Or scan this QR code to go directly to Cliff's site. Stay tuned for more episodes from Cliff as he shares his tips with how to choose a good tent to help make your camping experience more enjoyable.